so
Not
what
really.
is this residential center?
Oh, this is a place that the ministry owns. Well, not own. We're in the process of buying that. Yeah, we don't own it yet.
So are you renting to buy, or are you...
Yeah, we're leasing to buy.
You have that as an asset of $2,844,500. So do you own it?
I just answered that, didn't I? I said we didn't own it.
Okay,
We
but
are
where
leasing to buy
does
it.
the... I'm sorry?
We're leasing to buy it. Did you? I thought we just said that.
All right, but you have listed it as an asset worth $2,844,000.
Oh, that should be more of a liability.
All right, so where does the number $2,844,000 come from on your asset and liability?
That's, I guess, the appraisal value of the home or the residential center. Yeah.
Is it a home?
No, it's a residential center. We use it.
All right, so you're saying it's not something you own, but you have it listed as an asset of $2.8 million.
That's probably a mistake. Like I say, it probably should be a liability.
Okay, and what goes on at the residential center?
It is really it's a gathering place for our ministry where I bring in different leaders and also the staff that we have as a place of maybe resort and teaching and training.
Resort?
Yeah, teaching. A resort where we teach and train.
On November 29th, 2013, JMMI paid over $6,000 to Louis Vuitton.
Yes.
What would that be for?
Well, this is for clothes concerning my TV ministry as well.
So you have to wear Louis Vuitton?
Oh, it don't matter what name it is. The point is clothing are allocated to us for ministry purposes as well.
What do you mean they're allocated to you?
You know, in a media ministry.
In a what?
Media ministry.
Yeah.
Okay, or on the road, when I'm always traveling and using my clothes, I'm sweating through them. So I'm needing new clothes also for television ministry for the years. So.
And so you use ministry money to buy your wardrobe?
Outfit.
Your
It's allocated more towards ministry apparel.
Does that go into what your income is?
I'm sorry.
Do you show that in your income that you got Louis Vuitton clothing?
No, that's not. That
doesn't show.
Because it don't go there.
It don't go there. I don't know what that means.
It don't belong there. That's out of place.
What's out of place?
You don't get taxed on things like that. That's for ministry business purpose. So it's not
Louis Vuitton.
Well, you can call whatever you want.
So June 2014, you spent $3,500 by JMMI to Versace in the Bahamas. Yes?
I'm sure that's right. If it shows there.
And that was for clothing for you?
Yes, probably. Yes, most likely.
So you don't see that there's any problem when you're ministering to the poor, the sick, the needy, to be appearing in Louis Vuitton and Versace?
Well, that ain't something I purchase all the time.
Well, it looks like you did several times in...
I mean, I'm a very frugal person when it comes to this. I go to the right places to get a lot of suits. And if I get some from those places, you don't see that.
I don't see Macy's.
No, you don't see that, because Macy's don't have the kind of suits that I wear. But what I'm saying is, these Louis Vuitton things, you don't see that in our charges all the time.
2013 and 14, JMMI spent over $30,000 in your clothes. Does that sound about right?
What year was that?
13 and 14.
Oh, God, yes, because I was traveling so much. Yes, and sweating through all my clothes. Exactly. That probably wasn't enough, because just have so...
But they have to be top-of-the-line expensive ones.
No, they're not top-of-the-line clothes.
Louis Vuitton's not top-of-the-line?
Those not where I get my suits from.
Well, you got something from them for spent thousands and thousands.
Well, the belts are more lasting, so that's good.
Come on, you're buying belts for $5,000?
No, I mean multiple belts. Not
August 2014, you went to the Gucci store in Troy and purchased something?
Yeah,
What
like I say, it probably was a belt or maybe shoes. I don't
Belt
know.
or shoes?
But I don't usually buy my suits from these very expensive places. I just get the things that I invest in will last longer, like such as belts.
So you got to go to
shoes.
Gucci or places like that.
Well, no, I buy those things from there because they have a better TV appearance for the belt.
For asking for money from the poor?
No,
you paid $1,000 to Monsieur Clothing in New York, and then another $715. Whose clothing was that for?
Where's that now? I don't understand.
August 1st, October 28th. Total of over $1,700 to Monsieur Clothing in New York.
I don't know about that.
You testified at your last deposition that JMMI owns 3 vehicles, a BMW, a Mercedes, and a Bentley.
Yes.
Have you driven those cars?
Yes.
Miss Michelle?
No. We usually have a driver.
The 3 cars that we've talked about, in whose name are the titles?
Then the ministry name.
They're all in JMMI.
I think everything except the Bentley.
Whose name is the Bentley in?
It's in DeWin McDeal.
I have a question, just from you minister to the poor and the sick and all that. Isn't it a little offensive to be driving around in a Bentley and a Mercedes to people that really, are impoverished and sick and ill and AIDS and drug rehab? Isn't it a little offensive to sort of being show-placing what you have?
Well, dear one, I don't showplace to people, and I'm not in
Bentley.
that car. You don't see me driving around in that car every day. I don't do that.
But it's in the ministry. Everybody in the ministry sees you. You said you drive it.
I haven't before. You just asked me have I drove it, but it ain't something I drive every day or even every year. I don't do that. I have drivers who pick up my guests, my high-profile guests. No.
But do you see my point that people that are suffering and giving you whatever their last dime is and donations and drug habits, to have them see you drive around your high-profile guests in a Bentley or Mercedes might be offensive and hurtful even?
It could be offensive if they didn't know my life, but they know my life. It would be offensive to someone like you who's trying to make it bad, but,
So it's important you have a Bentley.
It ain't really important. That don't make me.
Then you also have a Land Rover that you lease.
Range Rover.
Range Rover.
Yes, it's not a Land Rover. It's a Range Rover.
Which is the better one? I don't even know.
I don't know. They're just cars, so.
All right, then there's a series of documents that total almost $50,000 to Limo Land in 2013 and 14. You have to answer yes.
Yes.
Okay. What was that for?
That was to cut the Mercedes into a limo.
It was to cut the Mercedes
into a limo.
And who needs that?
No, that's for guests.
It's for guests. And for you?
It's mostly
when
for
you're
guests.
Entertaining guests?
Yes.
When you're entertaining?
Well, I'm not. But when we have guests come in, high-profile people, we
you
we
have to have a limo.
That way. Don't have to have a limo, but
and a Mercedes limo.
We treat them.
You treat them?
I said that we have hospitality. Maybe that's a better word.
Okay, then.
And this is not the first one the ministry's had. We
not
had
the
another
first.
Mercedes limousine. Yes, right.
So you paid Limo Land almost $50,000 total.
Almost $50,000.
And that was for what? To make a limo.
to cut the Mercedes into a limo.
And you think that was a good use of the money that people donated to you in JMMI?
Well, I mean, the banks certainly have looked at that on our books as good because it has an appraisal value of almost $200K, a little over $150,000.
So, but you got this from donations, and you decided to use it to make a limo.
We really invested really good. The banks.
No,
really
I'm just
think
asking
that.
if that's what you did.
No, not the way you're saying it. It's you're fortifying, forging.
I'm forging?
With your mouth. Yeah.
Just the question is,
Okay.
did you use the money for the purpose?
No.
The answer is yes.
So,
In June of 2013, there's over $6,000 worth of charges for the Disney Resort Hotel in Anaheim, California. Do you remember that?
yes.
And did you go?
Yes, I was there.
Does JMMI pay any of your auto expenses?
Yes.
And how much?
Auto expenses. I wouldn't know exactly how much.
You don't know how much you get?
No.
Who would
Board
know?
takes care of that.
Who's the board?
You can ask Michelle. She's another person you referred to.
What about your housing? Does JMMI pay any of that?
Yes.
You get a housing allowance?
Yes.
And how much is that?
I'm not sure.
And do you report these allowances as compensation on your tax return?
Honestly, I don't know how all that works. I have other people who do that, so you can refer to Michelle on that.
Michelle does your taxes?
No, I have other people who do it, but she's over a lot of that, the financial aspect.
When you say it's up to the board, now the board includes Michelle,
Yes.
you,
Yes.
and who else?
I'm not sure. You can ask Michelle.
You don't know who's on the board?
Totally. I would rather you get the accurate information because I don't want to be accused of answering falsely like I have been other times when I've tried to guess. So I just rather you, I'm telling you I don't know, just ask her.
How many people are on the board?
Don't know. Just
You don't know?
No.
Don't you have to have board meetings?
Yes, we do have board meetings.
So can you count around the table how many people there are?
Well, our board also grows at the same time. So I just rather you just get that information somewhere.
The last time you had a board meeting was when?
So on the phone, I think it's been the beginning of the year in January. Can't exactly tell the date, but
It was on the phone.
yeah. I have never been to court for no criminal charges.
Did you ever
I
hire
understand.
Pardon me?
Go on.
Did you ever hire an attorney to represent you in any criminal defense manner?
Yes, I have. And that was the only thing I could think of in 13 is me, when I disciplined my child, and that was the only thing. So I don't know anything other than that.
Tell me about that one. Was that in St. Louis?
Yes.
And which child was that?
That was last year, I think, or the year before last, if I'm not 13. That's,
Which child?
Destiny.
Your 18-year-old daughter.
Yes.
And was this done through Children's Protective Services?
I think so. Yeah.
And what were the allegations?
Well, that I had disciplined her because she skipped class 20 times, and they felt my discipline measure of using a belt was abusive.
All right, so you used a belt in disciplining Destiny?
I don't know if I can speak on that. Can I speak on this? Because my lawyers told me all the time.
Then, not knowing the status of those proceedings.
Is it resolved? Is it all done?
I'm going to object to the
Well, let me
question.
just ask if it's what the status is.
I don't know.
All right, I'm not asking you to say what you did. I'm just asking if the allegations were that you disciplined your daughter with a belt and caused...
Okay.
Just allegations.
Well, you may ask, but I'm opposed to constitutional protection.
What's the constitutional? I'm not asking him to say what he did or didn't do.
Anything that might lead to or otherwise considered to be incriminating, I think he's got a right to assert the privilege.
I think he can tell me what the allegations are. That is not privilege, Fifth Amendment, or otherwise.
It is, because if he doesn't know, he's speculating, and I assert
Well, he's
the
not
privilege.
saying that.
I don't assert the privilege. It's absolute. If someone wants to take it. I don't know. I don't know who the lawyer is. He doesn't seem to know the condition of the matter. So to avoid any kind of drift, and I think maybe you might be concerned about it as well.
Well, is this let me ask you, did this rise to the level of court intervention by the local court in St. Louis that does...
Don't speculate if you don't know.
I
Please don't testify for him.
I don't know.
Did you go to court on it?
What court?
Any court. Did you ever go to any court about these allegations that you disciplined Destiny physically, LaBelle?
So with family court?
Yeah.
Known as,
if you know.
Yeah, family court.
So you did go to family court? Yes?
Yes.
And what was the outcome of that? Is it done? Is it pending?
I don't know.
You have no idea?
No, I don't know everything.
Is that why Destiny doesn't live with you now?
Yes.
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 5. Jeremiah 5 and start up at. Well, first off, let me give all praise and glory to the Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Call all Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Bashim Harakah Kodash. Greetings, salutations, and blessings to the hopeful elect, and double honors to the apostles and elders, that great millstone who rule well and taught me this truth. And through the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai has awakened me to see this truth for what it really is, And to speak on this, most of us, Jakes, you so-called Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans, grew up in the church. And this is what's going on with the church now. We've seen it. We've always felt it. And the scriptures actually prophesy and talk about it. That this would be what our people were into and what our people love. Matter of fact, let me grab this one right quick. This is Isaiah chapter 30. I'm going to start up at 9. It says that this is a rebellious people, talking about the children of Israel. Are you so-called Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans? It says lying children, children that will not hear the law of the Lord. When you try to correct them, they don't want to hear it. We lift up our voice loud like a trumpet and correct Israel. They don't want to hear that. Pursuing Isaiah 58 chapter. Anyway, it says, which say to the seers, this is your priests and whoever else, prophets or whoever you want to call it, the modern day church, it says, say to the seers, see not, and to the prophets prophesy not unto us right things, speak unto us smooth things, prophesy deceits. You want us to prophesy something that's not true. Matter of fact, let me jump over to Jeremiah. I'm going to start up at 12, Jeremiah chapter 6, verse let me see. No, I'm gonna start up 10. It says, to whom shall I speak and give warning that they may hear? Behold, the ear is uncircumcised, and they cannot hearken. Behold, the word of the Lord Yahweh is unto them a reproach. They have no delight in it. When we go out there in the streets and we tell you people, and you click on these videos, you're not happy about the things that we're saying.
All right, so what is this
You're not happy about the things that we're saying. You'd rather hear a smooth-faced pastor like this. You'd rather give all your money to a guy like this. Okay? You don't want to hear the truth from us. It says, therefore I am full of the fury of the Lord, Yahweh. It says, I am weary with withholding in. I will pour it out upon the children abroad, and upon the assembly of young men together. For even the husband with the wife shall be taken, the age with him that is full of days. If you don't have this mark set up in you, the mark being this mark of exemption, is the wisdom of of Yahweh Shema Shai through the Spirit, this word, if you don't have that in you, Most High is going to kill you. Period, point blank. You can go right to the book of Ezekiel, the 9th chapter, and read. And it'll tell you that right there. Okay? It says, and their houses shall be turned unto others with their fields and wives together. For I will stretch out my hand upon the inhabitants of the land, saith the Lord Yahweh. He will stretch his hand out. It says, for from the east of them even unto the greatest, for from the least of them even unto the greatest of them, every one is given to covetousness. And we just watched all the covetousness this man is allocated unto himself, right? It says, and from the prophet even unto the priest, every one dealeth falsely. They have healed also the hurt of the daughter of my people slightly, saying peace, peace, when there is no peace. How you going to tell our people peace, peace? Because that's what these churches push out. Make you feel good. Well, God's got something good for you coming. He don't have nothing good for you coming right now. If you don't know Yahweh and Yahweh Shai, the Lord has nothing good for you coming. Okay? If you're not of the elect, there's nothing good coming for you. Okay? It says, were they ashamed when they had committed abomination? Nay, they were not at all ashamed, neither could they blush. Therefore, they shall fall among them that fall. They're not going to be protected as the true men of the Lord. Okay? Will be protected, as the elect will be protected. It says, at that time, at the time that I shall visit, they shall be cast down, saith the Lord Yahweh. Okay? Now we jump up to the 5th chapter. And bear with me 1 second. I'm just gonna get to the point. I'm gonna start up at verse 11. Yeah, Jeremiah 5:11 says, for the house of Israel and the house of Judah have dealt very treacherously against me, saith the Lord Yahweh. They have belied the Lord, and the word belied right there in the scripture says lied about. Okay, they have belied the Lord. They're lying about the Lord. They call him Jesus Christ. They're saying he looks like a so-called white man, like Cesare Borgia. Okay, that's what they're saying. Those are some of the lies that they tell on the Lord. Martin Luther King even said he had a dream. He had a dream that from the Lord. And was lying about what he saw. The Lord didn't show you that. Okay, anyway, it says, they have belied the Lord and said, it is not he, neither shall evil come upon us, neither shall we see sword nor famine. And that's exactly what's coming. Destruction and starvation is coming unto you people, man. That's what's coming, especially you people down in the ghetto. The same people that fill these church houses and fill up the collection plate every week. The Lord is coming to kill you people, okay? Because you have no knowledge of the truth of the Heavenly Father out there. Because you see the real men of the Lord that's prophesying the truth unto you about World War III, about America being destroyed in World War III, about the mark of the beast being the RFID chip technology, about famine, that these stores are going to shut down. There's not going to be any food, that you're going to, cannibalism will be back and you're going to eat your children. These things are written in the scriptures, and we the prophets tell you about this. But you don't want to hear from us. You scoff and don't want to hear it. And run off and happy to see the so-called white man, which is Esau, the devil according to the Bible, incarnate in his race of people, okay? You don't want to hear that truth from us, but it's the truth. It doesn't change that it's the truth, okay? It says, and the prophets shall become wind, and the word is not in them. Thus shall it be done unto them. Yep, you're going to get destruction unto you false pastors and prophets. It says, let me see, let me jump down a little bit. Verse 19, it says, and it shall come to pass, when ye shall say, wherefore doeth the Lord Yahweh our power all these things unto us. Then shalt thou answer them. And then when you ask the prophets why the Lord is doing all this unto his people, right? It says, then thou shalt answer them, like as ye have forsaken me, and served strange gods in your lands, so shall ye serve strangers in the land that is not yours. Okay, and that goes right back into the curses. You're gonna serve other gods, even wood and stone. You know, as a curse unto you. You're gonna serve another people, and the other people is gonna destroy you. They're gonna lend to you, but you're not gonna be able to lend back to them, because you're never gonna be in position. That's why you're broke. That's why you're in captivity still. You're yet today subject unto payments. Okay, you're yet this day in our captivity and subject unto payments. Okay, you're going to the Apocrypha with that. I believe that's in the book of Baruch. Let me jump down a little bit. No, I'm gonna keep reading. So declare this in the house of Jacob and publish it in Judah, saying, hear now this, O foolish people, and without understanding, which have eyes and see not, which have ears and hear not. We're out there on the corner as a sign of the prophets. There's more blood moons and eclipses and chariots in the sky. There's all these, and the chariots are the so-called UFOs, the vehicles of the Heavenly Father and the angels. Okay, sending the Lord back. Okay, all these things and these uproars of the people, earthquakes in diverse places. I mean, I can't do a video without this. God.
Residential center.
Oh, this is
Goodness gracious. Anyway, it says, fear ye not me, saith the Lord. Will ye not tremble at my presence, which I have placed the sand for a perpetual bound, bound of the sea by a perpetual decree that it cannot pass it, and though the waves thereof toss themselves, yet can they not prevail. Though they roar, yet can they not pass over it. But this people have a revolting and a rebellious heart. They are revolted and gone. They say in their heart, let us now fear the Lord our power, that giveth rain, both the former and the latter, in his season. He reserveth unto us the appointed weeks of the harvest. Your iniquities have turned away these things, and your sins have withholden good things from you. I'm going to wrap up with this. It says, verse 26 on down, it says, for among my people are found wicked men. They lay wait as he that setteth snares. They set a trap, they catch men. That's these church houses, okay? This is a trap. That is a snare unto you people. You believe you're going to find God in those places, but he's not in there. When you go into the book of Acts, it tells you he's not in temples made with hands. The earth is his footstool, okay, and heaven is his throne. What house is his footstool? What house will ye build me? It says, and it's ran by the so-called white man, the damn devil the Bible speaks of, okay? So how you gonna trust what he puts up for you as a house of God? Because the prophecies tell you, the scriptures tell you, that is his end. You know, his end will come. All right. Anyway, it says, they catch men. It says, as a cage is full of birds, so are their houses full of deceit. Yeah, and there's a lot of women in these churches as well. And that's what brings a lot of you men, and that's what gets you people in the wrong mentality of the earth, within our neighborhoods, okay? As a cage is full of birds, so are their houses full of deceit. Wherefore they are become great and waxen rich. And this guy right here proved it all to you, waxen rich. They are waxen fat. You got chunky as hell. It says, they shine, yea, they overpass the deeds of the wicked. They judge not the cause of the fatherless, yet they prosper. And the right of the needy do they not judge? She said, and the lady asked him in the deposition here, she said, so you, I forgot the word she used, but basically driving around in Bentley, and you got to have all these expensive clothing to ask poor people for money. Isn't that kind of a slap in the face to those people? It says, shall not Shall I not visit for these things, saith the Lord Yahweh? Shall not my soul be avenged on such a nation as this? A wonderful and horrible thing is committed in the land. The prophets prophesy falsely, and the priests bear rule by their means, and my people love to have it so. And what will ye do in the end thereof? And that's the question, man. What are you people gonna do when the end of this thing comes to pass, and you see that the men of the Lord out there have been really pushing the real truth about America being destroyed, famine and economic collapse, and America being destroyed, and all of these other things? When you see all these prophecies come to pass, what are you gonna do? Huh? And we was out there warning you for so many years. All right, so I'm going to close out there, giving all praise unto Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushai, Ba'ashim Arakak. Double honors to the elders and apostles at Great Millstone who rule well, and greetings, salutations, and blessings unto the hopeful elect. The Lord's going to kill you people, man, along with these pastors that you're following. All of these, whether it's in the circumcision of Israel that know that they're the Israelites and they're not teaching properly, or it's the people that's in these church houses pushing for the so-called white men with these 501c3s and just not pushing the word of the Lord properly. The Lord is going to kill you. And Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua is going to kill you people. Okay, with that, that's it. Shalom unto the elect.